Thank you for staying with us on this year's Children's Day edition of Your View on TVT. Now, for our new hot topic, should corporal punishments be reintroduced in schools? And what are the effects on academic success? Some claim that corporal punishment produces immediate decrease in negative behavior. Others claim that they cannot stand the idea of it. What are your thoughts? Now, should corporal punishment be reintroduced in schools? I'd like to start first by kind of defining what corporal punishment is. It's what our parents would term as discipline, simple things, flogging,
more like physical punishment.
Yeah, like physical punishment, like essentially.
Washing toilets, things like that.
Introducing physical pain as a way to curb negative behavior. So do you believe that's something that should be reintroduced in Nigerian schools today? And do we need it? That's the question.
Yeah, I want to start on that. Should it be reintroduced in schools? No. In homes? Yes. That's
a very strong standpoint. Okay.
Ta-da, ta-da. Well. Corporal punishment is a big no in my dictionary. I do not believe in corporal punishment at all, simply because inflicting harm on a fellow human being to me makes you inhumane. I believe there are other forms of punishment, and Naza is about to bite me because I'm about to say I'm a strong believer of if you harm another person or you do something wrong, I think they should arrest you. If it's that serious and you need to be beaten up, they should take you to jail or rehab.
But Kiibati, would you call, I feel part of the Nigerian experience as a child is doing something naughty as a kid and your parents take you to a room and flog you or something like that. So are you saying that all our parents should be arrested now?
No, you shouldn't be arrested. But I'm saying if you must correct somebody, if you think you need to beat somebody, like I believe there are other means of correction, I don't think anybody should ever resort to putting their hands on another person because I think it even causes rebellion. Like, I think it doesn't even solve the problem.
Yeah.
I've never known corporal punishments to, what people would say that I used to correct some people's head. But if you ask me, it leaves, to an extent, there's a lasting trauma that comes with corporal punishment.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, I can still remember the beating of my life. And I doubt I'll ever forget that beating. So,
but then
every Nigerian child. Like that one beating.
There's a memory of the beating of your life in your head. That is that your mommy beats. Shake it.
I feel like corporal punishment should be used only when absolutely necessary. Like when it's bad, like you kept on warning the child, made the child understand that this thing you're doing is wrong, and this is why it is wrong. And then this child said, I still want to take meat from the pot though. Let me go and see if my mommy will do anything. That is when you can actually now say, okay, let me beat the child. Not that they will take me from the pot and you now send them straight to jail.
Not to jail. I'm saying if it gets so bad, I think they should arrest you, because if you've been corrected and you refuse to heed the correction, then kindly take some time out. Like, take some time off the world. Reflect on your decision.
I don't think the Nigerian prison system has enough space to hold the entirety of Nigerian children population.
No, but I have something to say. I believe a bad child is always like, no child is bad, but a child who will do wrong things is a child who will do wrong things. And a child who might be easily correctable will be a child that is easily correctable. So, when you begin to inflict harm on the child that will do wrong things, like from personal experience, I've seen like children who genuinely are naughty, and I've never known punishment to help. Like, it's more of, finding mutual agreements between you and that child that has caused the solution. But that corporal punishment, whoa.
But then don't let's drift away. The topic is in schools. Now, coming back to what you said, they're treated like kids are different, and some people you beat them, you don't get the point, and there are some that just smack their hand and then you get it. Schools, please let's be honest, how many schools have the time to start studying each individual child to figure out, if you beat this one, he'll be rebellious, or if you beat this lady or this girl, she would answer you, which is why I'm saying, in schools, no. Let's try to find other punishment methods in school now. Let's try to find other punishment methods in schools that actually work, and maybe the height of it will now be corporal punishment, like
I
or whatever.
Agree with you, because I feel most teachers don't see corporal punishment as a form of correction in schools. They see it as a form of revenge, like I want to show this child. That's why you don't want to let the child understand that what I'm doing is what I'm doing is wrong. So I must not do it again for these consequences, so that my life does not spoil. They just want you disobeyed me. This is what happened to you. I will show you today.
Let me tell you.
Sorry, Kiibati. I don't feel like we can ignore the amount of success that corporal punishment has had. Because as much as we want to say that it causes lasting trauma and so on and so forth, it doesn't really for everyone. Because the truth is, there are children that you will beat, or you will flog, or you will give them some kind of punishment, and their head will set, so to say. And it works. If it did not work, we would not be doing it. Now, I'm not saying that we should beat our children to the point whereby you can see marks and bruises on their body, but it is part of the Nigerian culture that someone, even it says in the Bible, spare the rod, spoil the child. I believe that if we begin to spare the rod, even in schools, we will begin to spoil the child. And there's also the fact of there's like a high rise of disobedience among school children. Someone was saying something yesterday about how, that a principal will be talking and then on stage with a mic, and then the entire congregation is talking. That could never happen when we're in GS1, because they will round you up and flog all of you. And yes, you will cry, but next time it won't happen again.
Can I give an example? Yeah. See, when I was in primary 5, I don't know, my church suddenly tagged me as a bad influence. So I had these 2 best friends. I was like the good girl, me follow. I would just be following them. Then one day, I don't know, so we were just caught up in one drama. And this is kind of a metal ruler. See, she beats this part of my hand, and I literally didn't do anything. I was like, no, I was with them, I was just following them. Said, you were following them, you too. You beat me, I collected. But like, I just believe that maybe she had told me that, what were you doing? If she had explained it to me, exactly. I think till today I cannot forgive that woman. Just imagine, man was bleeding. She beats with the metal ruler.
You see, that is an extreme level of corporal punishment. And anything in life deserves moderation, doesn't it?
That's the thing. They don't moderate in Nigeria. There's no moderation.
Abuse.
See, there are some teachers that simply beat children out of frustration. If I'm in a bad mood and I see this child, she's just doing, like, I walk into class, I'm just making noise. Probably somebody was even annoying you. Just because I'm annoyed, I will beat you. I say, you can. I will beat you.
This is clearly a topic that you're very passionate about.
There's no moderation.
Which is why I stand
let us assume the situation whereby there was moderation. Okay, I believe
humans are humans.
There's no human beings react based on moods. Human beings follow their
but we can condition our education system to not do that. To make it strictly for discipline.
Make it strictly for discipline.
This is why I say, on my opinion, that let's save it out of schools. If it's your parents, they at least can measure that, this is the amount of punishment you deserve, and you are their child, so obviously they won't want to kill you. Do you get? But like a teacher that like doesn't necessarily know you personally, God knows that cameras splash water on them that morning when they're coming to school, and they're already angry, and then you do something and then just beat you.
The funny thing is that I feel like your parents beat you more than your teachers.
But then your parents will not do it.
Without the correction.
Your parents beating you.
There's a big difference. My sister did not give back to me. She did not give back to me.
But she was also put there to train and condition you.
I'm saying that corporal punishment should be it's a way of inflicting pain as a mode of correction. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, you never know what place it comes from. Which is what I'm saying, it should not be allowed. Let's know that if your child wants to correct you, she's going to punish you and assign punishment to you. You don't when people beat you, they don't are you measuring the amount of pain I'm feeling? And like let's say I went and stepped on somebody by mistake and you beat me because of what?
That's why we are saying
I agree with you partially.
There was moderation.
No, I agree with her. Okay, so let's even say corporal punishment should not be allowed in schools. But I do agree that your parents are allowed to beat you if you do something stupid. Like if they feel like, you deserve to be beaten, they should beat you. You can't say your parents should not beat you if you do something. Teachers, I understand, they don't know you from anywhere, and most of they might transfer aggression.
You know that
but in schools, no.
In social studies, you receive the first level of socialization of values or something from your family. The next point is your school, which is why I believe that as teachers in your school or as officials in your school, that you have been given by your parents the ability to not only guide you educationally but also morally too. I believe that it's not possible to just simply remove that aspect of discipline.
But then
because you're telling a child, you've done something wrong, I'm going to discipline you for you to not do it again. And you telling a child, you done something wrong, go and sit inside naughty corner. Well, 2-3 minutes, they're done and you go back and do the same thing over again.
When we remember most of these events of them beating the child necessarily, we never think of, the child stole, or the child slapped the teacher back. Always remember, they beat Tate so much that he was shaking. We not remember.
But the child that they beat will not forget why they beat.
But he's not remembering that. I stole meat though.
He will remember.
I pushed somebody.
No, I have something to say.
They beat me.
I have something to say. In my school, corporal punishment, nobody beats anybody in my school. And I assure you, my school has presented one of the most disciplined ladies in the entire Nigeria. Nobody can compete. So that's to tell you that you don't need to beat a child to instill discipline. If they are going to correct you, they will correct you. Whether by suspension, whether by washing toilets, whether by serving detention,
not by sending to jail.
No, okay, maybe I believe jail is extreme. But then if you to instill discipline. There are many ways without me using my hand to break it. There are many forms of correction. My manager doesn't beat me. See me today, I'm a responsible and respectable young man. Hi guys. This is you.
Let's look internationally now.
Yeah.
The USA. I believe that if, just as part of pure common knowledge, you know that there are certain things that go in this American educational system that are not right. Vaping, smoking, school shooting, so on and so forth. Now, I'm not saying this is solely the cause, but what's something that the Nigerian system has that they do not? Corporal punishment.
No, necessarily.
Nigerian kids still smoke, Nigerian kids still vape.
Yes, but they'll never do it in the presence of their school teacher and so on, because you know that if they do that, they'll receive some form of punishment.
And their parents from the start are very liberal. So if we can say that the parents are allowed to do these things, sure, but American parents, they're like, oh, go ahead, just do whatever you want. Exactly.
So wait, so we can admit that a lack of corporal punishment creates people that are very free?
Not corporal punishment.
Something. She just said
family.
She just said your family members already. They've already like a child emulates the behavior they see from those above them. And because you've already seen that your mom is, she's okay with you smoking, okay with you, dancing around and doing all sorts of things. So automatically you might become, your attitude says, my mom is all right with it, I'm all right with it.
For Nigerian mothers, you went outside, why you come back and inside?
Exactly.
They won't accept it.
By the time they're done praying for you, you drop it.
Let's say in a household whereby they accept corporal punishment here, and you go to a school where they're very nice, everyone's very consuming. If they do something wrong, why did you do that? Go to a school counselor, they'll talk to you. Like you sit on that
issue. My school gives internal suspension. So if you do something wrong, you will sweep, you mop.
But you know that you're not going to get the same level of punishment that you will at home.
That's left to your parents, which is why I'm saying in schools, what leave it to your parents.
And it is going to breed children that at home they will act nice and they will do well and everything, and come to school and then change it up and switch it up. I just can't do anything about it.
Which is why the other means of correction.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like you don't have to. Nobody is saying that to correct you. They should tell you guys that is not a corner. No, we won't walk. It won't, quite frankly. But by the time you are sweeping and mopping,
and you are sweating, and your cousins are looking at you.
That's still a version of corporal punishment because your body will still pain you.
Corporal punishment
it's not physical harm.
I actually agree with you. I think it's still a form of corporal punishment. It is still the same amount of pain that you're feeling from kneeling down, or it's still the same amount of pain.
Just because it's not immediate doesn't mean that it's not.
But from the definition of corporal punishment I checked, it was more centered around inflicting physical harm, direct.
I believe we should draw it.
What frog jump is? You guys remember that as punishment?
Yeah, I remember.
When they hold your ears and then go up and down. As a child,
I got sick from doing frog jump once. Yeah.
It was in primary school, anyways. I did really naughty, and then it's actually for around the school. I thought it was funny. Me and my friends were around school, were laughing. I got home, I couldn't stand properly.
Yeah.
At the time, I was laughing. I couldn't stand properly, and that. I am still feeling pain, aren't I? So it should still be a form of corporal punishment.
Yeah.
I'm saying that just substituting immediate physical pain for later one does not really concern what we're talking about here.
Okay.
I think that this still goes back to the fact of you have to let the child understand what was done wrong. Oh, don't do this again. You have to understand that, oh, this is wrong, don't do this, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Let me take your closing thoughts on this problem.
So,
should corporal punishment be reintroduced in school?
I'm sticking with my original idea. In schools, no. In homes, yes.
And quite frankly, I have to agree with Tommy, honestly. Personally, I don't believe anybody should beat anybody. Like, if you have not beaten a person, like, really. The people are saying beating people these days, what is being doing me. So, yes, I believe there are other forms of punishment and other forms of correction that do not include inflicting harm on one another.
Yeah, I think that in schools, teachers will never do it as a form of love because they don't care as much for the children as much as they do with their own kids. That's what I believe. So
I would say that I'm of an opposing standpoint. I believe that it should be reintroduced. I believe that there's this saying, I can't remember who said it, but it's about men, but it says that weak men build tough times, and tough times build weak men. You know what I'm saying? And tough times build strong men, something like that. So I just feel like when you begin to rule out these things as far, okay, they're mean, they're this, they're that, you're removing a vital part of what makes us Nigerians and what makes us the way we be, so how disciplined we are.
My take on corporal punishment is that it should not be allowed in schools because teachers may use their frustration from things that may have happened in the past to punish children. And we have heard of many situations where corporal punishment has been overused and children have died. So I think that it should be avoided at every instance, and instead we should move to other forms of discipline, which will be safer for the child. Thank you.
My take on corporal punishment is that it should not be allowed in schools because there are better forms of ways to punish students. There could be other punishments like sweeping, doing other means of labor and all other things, because we're moving, we're evolving, and beating children is going out of style and it's causing more pain on students. So I personally feel like other forms of punishment should be used.
No, I do not think it should be introduced to school, because as a student, if they were to flog me right now for coming late or something, I would feel really bad and my mood would be dampened, and then I won't be able to focus on school throughout the whole day. So it affects academic success because I wouldn't focus, and physical pain is just a no. So I personally do not feel corporal punishment should be reintroduced to school.
It should be reintroduced in schools because corporal punishments produce responsible leaders like our parents. So if we who are not going through it, can we actually say that we are heading into a direction better than our parents are heading? Corporal punishment is what differentiates Africans from the whites, because us, with our corporal punishments, we are actually gaining discipline. We are learning how to discipline ourselves, and we cannot count the people that are going wayward now versus the people that went wayward back then, because people pity our generation nowadays, and the only reason why that is going on is because some of us have not faced the pain our parents faced. If we face that pain, like someone said there, our heads will be reset and we will actually behave better than we are behaving now. So corporal punishment should be reintroduced in schools for more acceptable behavior in students.
It should not be allowed in schools because people, there are students who bully other students. So if we want to punish those kind of people and give them corporal punishment, it makes them kind of stronger. And if they can use that strength, you can keep on bullying. Sometimes it doesn't just stop the problem. Sometimes it makes it worse. So I feel like students should be corrected more mentally than physically.
It should be reintroduced into schools. Just like the Bible says, madness lies in the heart of a child, and the rod of correction will drive it out. Now, children spend most of their formative years in schools. That means they spend most of the time with their teachers. And this indiscipline needs to be driven out by the rod of correction. Our parents were products of corporal punishment, and they are very, very disciplined individuals. And nowadays, we have more people in the prisons than in schools due to this no corporal punishment.
Wow, time flies. Thank you, TVC, for this great opportunity. We had so much fun. And our audience, thank you for joining us today. We had so much fun with you. And thank you for gracing our show. As for our sponsors, we say a very big thank you to you. And that's all we can take on the show. Bye for now.
Bye. Bye.